Just two.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking weird. I've gotten used to it a little, but I've mostly been just trying to wear in the stick because it's still like
Tight.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
So you graduated last year, right?
No, I graduated 2015, so that's 2015.
2015?
Yeah, so that's like 2 years ago?
Sure.
Close to 2 years ago?
What have you been up to since?
Working.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where do you work?
I work like probably like 5 minutes from here, so just like a startup company. It's like a startup software company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. How do you like it there?
Pretty good. Pretty nice. Flexible hours, good work environment.
Nice.
So, all in all, just can't complain.
That's always good.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think he may want water. Would it be okay if I poured water into his bowl?
Oh yeah.
I don't know where it is. It's right next to me.
It was actually ridiculously cute.
Thanks. Yeah, I've had him for like 2 years about it. I think a little bit less.
Oh, okay.
But he was originally the owner was a friend of Nico's from like elementary school,
Mhm.
and then he was moving and had to give him away,
Oh.
and he had like a post for like 2 months or something. And
I see.
And I was trying to
Jeez.
convince my mom to get a dog like right at that time,
Oh, okay, nice.
so it just like worked out.
What's his name?
Genji,
Genji?
yeah.
How old is he?
I think he's 8 at this point.
Okay.
This is a cool skin. The fountain.
Oh yeah. Kind of like bluish, very
Yeah.
normal. Yeah. Ooh. A little bit greedy.
Thought you were gonna back air, so I just DI'd out.
Oh yeah. The DI traps. Oh. Oh.
Oh man.
Jesus, that crack.
Sunglasses.
Oh. Oof. Wow.
Oh, you hear someone else.
Ah. Oh.
get the skin for Yoshi?
It comes with 20XX 4.06.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
I haven't looked at like the textures on that.
Yeah.
Did I ledge cancel that?
I think so.
That's ridiculous.
Oh. Oh. Ooh.
Is that the nipple?
I think so.
Like, I tried to press up, I didn't know if I just mistimed it.
Yeah. I think just the angle and like the hitbox, I think that was the nipple.
Yeah.
Oh. Whoa. The freaking the need to slip off laser, holy moly.
That was a crazy interaction. Oh man, Final Fantasy X.
Yeah. Oh shit. Hey Ernie, maybe. But I might be working this weekend though.
Is SSS this weekend?
Yeah. Don't think I'm gonna be going to that.
Yeah. The only one I've ever been to at the new venue is the Arcadian.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just so far out, and then usually Sundays is like the day I hang out with my family.
Ah, I see. Yeah, no, I would normally go, but it sounds like I got a couple of stuff to do at work this weekend, so.
For sure.
Oh.
That was very nice, actually.
Thank you. Oh. Oh my god. Oh. Ooh, and vicious. Ooh.
I was gonna make it.
Yeah. Oh.
Buddy? Need more water? No? There we go.
Just chilling.
Yeah. He's usually pretty relaxed.
I see.
It's funny, he acts like more like a guard dog than I've seen other corgis act.
Ooh. He's just so cute, dude.
Yeah, he loves attention too.
So why are you at UCLA anyway?
So my girlfriend is taking coding classes at UCLA Extension.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's like night classes Tuesday and Thursday, and then Saturday morning.
Oh.
So I've been a few times with her on Saturday, and I've hung out with, you know, Subir?
Yeah.
So I've hung out with him a few times and played with him and one of his friends. I don't know who it was.
Oh, nice. I see.
Yeah, but I haven't gone in a while. The class is really long. It started in like March, I want to say, and then it ends in July.
Wow.
Like right after Evo, it ends.
Yeah. That is a really long class.
Yeah, it's pretty intense too. Like she's had a couple like weeks where she had to stay up like till 4 a.m. and stuff like that working on it.
Yeah. That's cool though. So do you just like come here to like just like ride with her, or?
Sometimes I have, yeah. Like usually she wants me to go so she can use the carpooling.
Ah.
And then today was just like special circumstance too, because our power went out, and they said it was gonna be. They expected it to be back on at 6 a.m.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't even know when it went out to. I think it went out like middle of the day.
I see.
It was so dumb too. When I found out the power went out, I was trying to think like what I could do at home when if like I didn't go to class with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, for some reason I thought like I just couldn't get internet access. So I was like, oh, I could just play Melee. And I was like, oh no, the power is not
out.
Could I have jumped out of that?
I don't know. Stomp is a mysterious move though, dude.
I felt like I was a hit stun forever.
I know. That's definitely a soft special, dude.
In that situation where I tried to side B to the ledge,
Yeah.
and then you down tilted, and then I DI'd in and you need me.
Yeah.
If I DI'd out, could you have still need me?
I think if you DI down and away in that situation, I don't think I could have gotten to me. But it's
Okay.
like, I mean, of course it would put you farther off stage.
Yeah, I'd have to
without
up B,
but,
yeah.
but, you know, that's at least, it's a guess, and it's not a combo.
Yeah, that's true.
Who'd you lose to at the Arcadian?
I lost to Caesar and Ringler.
Ouch. To the Ringler loss. Caesar's
Yeah.
pretty good. Ringler actually is pretty good, yeah. I'm just like, he's just been a meme since he came, since he popped up, since he's like, you know, gotten a name in SoCal.
Yeah, he goes at like everything too.
Yeah.
I didn't really care about singles too much there. I just wanted to like not bust her out basically. And I was actually like one of the last like 818 people in the bracket. Like I think only Ringler and Ness outplaced me from 818.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Well, it was mostly because like a lot of other 818 people choked. Like Wieners choked.
Yeah.
Andy choked.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
I mainly went for doubles though, because me and Andy always team.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do well.
How'd you guys do?
We got second.
Second, nice. To Nico and Ollie, I think?
Yeah. It was funny because round, I don't even know what they like seeded us to be, but we played Tapes and Nestor
Yeah.
round 2 and we lost 2-0.
Yeah.
And then we like every losers bracket match we won 2-1.
Jesus.
It's ridiculous. Or like it went, and then it would go to game 5 in like the best of 5 sets. It was crazy.
God damn. So you guys like made the run, but it was just like it was just clenched all the way to grands.
Yeah. We had to play like a bunch of San Diego and losers. Like
Damn.
we played Dr. Light and Punk. We played TP Fox and Yoshi.
Wow.
Forget who else. There was like at least one other San Diego team. And then we beat Manatee and Peligro in losers finals.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think we've only beaten them once before. We definitely have a losing record against them.
I mean, they used to be like the team to beat pretty much as far as Arcadian level goes.
Yeah, we would lose to them like at every arcade game. It's scary teaming with a Samus too, because I have to like do so like 2-on-1 so often.
Yeah, because like Samus like just busy recovering, and you're just like, well, time to like run away for this full stock.
It's funny. There's a lot of teams try to do this strat where they like just build up percent on Andy and then knock him away and then try and 2-on-1 me.
Yeah.
So whenever they 2-on-1 Andy, I'll just like laser camp them basically, and then they like try and hit Andy, and he just like up B's both of them, and just like they get nothing out of it. It's so funny. Oh. Is this Mars supposed to be someone?
I'm not sure. Does he remind you of anyone?
I just know I used to have like really old skins from Marth, and they would be like Kira and Sasuke and stuff like that, but then it would like never look like the person.
Yeah.
And then this Marth's blonde, so I was like, they're doing something.
Yeah. Wait, actually, I just realized something. No, I can't tell. I thought there was something on his back, like a mark, but I was mistaken.
I think it's just like a light effect they did or something.
Yeah. My friend says congrats on second at the Arcadian.
Thanks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I got second in doubles and I think 25th in singles. I beat Tuxedo Mask and Locke.
Oh, not bad at all actually. Locke is like pretty good. Tuxedo Mask also pretty good.
Yeah, I've never played Tuxedo Mask before, so I was like really worried about that. He was the 4 seed and I was the 5 Nurgle.
Yeah, no, Tuxedo I've been doing really well at tournaments. At tournaments recently, especially in like the 805 area. But
yeah, he's like ranked like 5th there now or something, isn't he?
Yeah. One of the guys who beat Andy at the Arcadian, Vivi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of my training partners around here. Yeah.
Who does he play?
Marth.
Okay.
If you watch his set versus Andy, he actually, my buddy V is actually losing for most of the game, and then just randomly gets like a crazy down air that just literally wins the game for him.
Oh my god.
So you're like a UCLA alumni, right?
Yeah.
How long ago did you go to school to UCLA?
So I started in 2008, and then I took like 1 year off, and then I had like 2 quarters left after that. So I graduated in like 2013. I think it was early 2014.
I see.
I thought you were gonna forward smash me. I'm used to watching leaders play.
Yeah.
He always does like wacky stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, my first tournament I ever went to actually was my freshman year. They have like the UCLA Smash Club would have like a big like regional kind of,
Yeah.
or like I don't know what they would call it, but it was like all of SoCal basically came, and I actually did pretty well. I felt I went like 4-2, 5-2 or something in sets.
Oh, dude, for your first turn, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I lost to Romeo and Hybrid.
Yeah, both pretty good. Like both names I've heard of for sure.
Yeah. It was funny. So when I first started playing, I played Falco
Yeah.
because I like Zoo was my favorite player when I was starting out, and but I main Sheik like when I played casually. So I would practice Falco and Sheik, and then like Fox a little, just because like I wanted characters that had like guides that I could actually learn from, and Fox had a lot of info.
Oh yeah.
So but I main Sheik for the start of the tournament because I was like, I can just like dash attack people and like do like down throw forward or like easy stuff.
Yeah.
And then I got 4-stocked by Romeo like on my counter pick.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm not gonna play Sheik anymore. So I played Fox like the rest of that tournament. And then I've played Fox ever since.
Damn, okay. Oh,
Nice.
what the?
Yeah, it was like the weak hit too.
Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, no, I like that's a funny story of like just getting your main beaten into you basically.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I first started out, it was like I was trying to get into the competitive scene, but I didn't really have anyone to play with. So
Yeah.
I was just like playing with my casual friends and like figure out what character I wanted to play. So I definitely went in thinking I'm gonna like try to make Captain Falcon because he like looks the coolest basically.
Yeah.
But because I was like so focused on what was cool and what wasn't, it was like I also started like really wanting to pick up like Marth and like Falco.
Okay.
But then like I actually went to like UCLA. I started playing competitive players, and I got just digged on with like every character. Like all my characters was getting rocked like to various degrees. So then like I think on that though, it was just like my focus was like too divided to like really try to like main all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, well, I gotta just pick one to stick with it, and then just try to learn like while getting shit on.
Yeah.
And then that just ended up being Falcon.
Nice. And it was pretty funny. At that tournament, I played friendlies with STJ.
Yeah.
And that was like when he was more of a 64 player.
Yeah.
And it was like before player cams and stuff, so I didn't know what anyone looked like.
Yeah.
So he played Falco against me, and he was just like fucking me up super hard. And then I was like, "Is this Zoo?" Because like I know Zoo's Asian, and he plays Falco, and this guy's like really technical.
Yeah.
And so I just like walked away from it. I was like, "Pretty sure that's Zoo," like just in my head. And then I saw Zoo play later. I was like, "Oh, not Zoo. Okay, just some random guy that fucked me up."
Dude, I know the feel. Yeah, before player cams, where you didn't know which player was which, so all I had to do was just like, man, this guy's really fucking good. I wonder if he's like just some really good player I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Or just like some top player whose face I just never recognized. Because I definitely watched some videos of SJ before coming to UCLA, and then I found out he was actually in UCLA. I was like, oh shit, I get to meet SJ. And then when I finally did, I'm like, wait, it's this tiny, it's like this tiny Asian kid. Of course, he wasn't a kid; he was older than me, but still.
Yeah. Why does he say on Twitter like that he's so much younger than he is?
I don't know.
Is it just like the Hugo meme carried on?
Maybe. I think, I actually can't remember when it started, but I just remember that at some point, people first started a joke where it's just like, happy 19th birthday, Johnny. Like, based on, I guess maybe based on some sort of Alex 19 meme or something.
Yeah.
But then, I think he's supposed to be Robin from Fire Emblem? I don't know. I feel like that if I was going to do Robin Fire Emblem, they would be a little bit more detailed with texture.
Yeah, oh, that's a pretty good idea though, Robin.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking of that.
It is a pretty good idea.
Yeah, Robin's hair is like
It is
almost
also
that color.
the same color. His clothes are just a bit too dark though.
Yeah. I like this color, Marth. Yeah, like purple and blue.
Yeah, same here. And the light blue too.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually lived like right next door to Johnny my sophomore year.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. He like it was before it, like he wasn't that well known, but he was like definitely like playing a lot of Melee. And the first time I played him in his room, he just like rotated like half the cast on me. like I knew he was bored. Like he beat me with his Roy, and I was just like, okay, this guy's way better than me.
Were you playing much at all in like 2013, 2014?
I'd play it on and off where I'd like go to a lot of things and then I would like stop going at all. That was like my MO basically. 'Cause I usually play like for a couple months like non-stop, and then I like take breaks. But usually it's like for like out of life things. Like if I could, I would just play the whole time.
Word. Because I was definitely like pretty active like circa 2012, 2013. So I'm kind of like, it's kind of interesting that we never like, you know, played.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, we like barely met at Kings of Cali 4, right?
No, because I haven't been to Kings of Cali
Oh,
before.
really?
Yeah. You might have met some of my friends though, because I know some people from UCLA went for sure.
I remember, I thought it was that tournament. I was like outside a venue and it was like, I was leaving and then I thought it was you and two other people were coming in and then I said like hi to you for like 2 seconds. It might not have been the...
I feel like we had an interaction like that, but it doesn't feel like. But it definitely wasn't Kings Cali 4 because
Okay,
I wasn't at that tournament.
for sure.
But I definitely like remember like reading around your post for a while because you were like you like posted in the UCLA group a bunch.
Yeah.
But then I was just like, who are you? I've never played you before. Oh. Oh, okay.
So lucky. You have a nickname for your Mark, right?
Huh? Yeah.
I don't remember it. I remember seeing it like in the UCLA like chat, but I didn't or like Facebook group.
Oh. I entered, so I one time entered a tournament as Kirito the Black Swordsman with all Black Marth and just whooped every other UCLA kid there and they just fucking want a headset for it. And then before that, I did like the squid and called it Zarth the entire time. But now it's coined the term just Kirito. Now it's coined the term Kirito, so.
Nice.
It's a fucking anime protagonist, dude.
What anime is that?
Sword Art Online.
Oh, okay.
It's not even an anime I really like. But I always thought that it was just found the whole show just really funny.
Yeah.
For all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode of it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go down this road. I should watch more anime though. I have a subscription to Crunchyroll.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I got one of those too, and it's pretty good. Like, what's some of the stuff that you've already seen?
I watched, I guess most recently the ones I watched were Devil is a Part-Timer.
Oh, okay.
And then Nico had these DVDs of what was it called? Can't remember. It was really good though. It was about like this guy who wakes up in like Washington DC with no memory, and he's like in this game where like they can like
Okay, I'm gonna guess the title right now. Union of the East?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I saw the first episode a while back, and I was like, I was really impressed by the first episode, but just never ended up getting into it.
It was really good. They have, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 movies, but yeah, the show was really well done, I felt. I used to, when I was in college, I used to like read a lot of manga. That was like,
oh, nice.
So I was more of a manga guy than anime.
For sure, for sure. I like also, I kind of do a lot. I do a lot of both.
For sure.
Trying to kind of slowly getting out of anime watching, I feel, because I haven't seen anything super good that caught my attention. But definitely still a big manga reader. 'Cause it's like, you know, pretty low time commitment wise and also pretty fun.
Yeah. What's a manga you'd recommend? Because I'm trying to like get back into it.
I don't know. What type of manga you looking for? You ever read Oyasumi Punpun?
I've read like about half of it.
Okay. That's like one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. It's fucking heavy, dude.
Yeah. It's funny though too.
Yeah.
I guess I probably mostly read like shonen kind of stuff. My favorite manga was have you ever heard of Siren?
Siren?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
I really liked it, but I never like met anyone like that read it besides like me recommending for them to read it.
That's crazy. What the hell? What's it about?
It reminds me a lot of X-Men. So it's like, it starts out like a normal like high school kind of manga. It's like this guy who's like kind of like dumb and like doesn't do well in school, but he's like a really nice guy and he'll like help anyone out with problems and stuff. Yeah. And then there's this girl that nobody likes that's like an outcast that goes missing.
Yeah.
And then he goes to look for her. And then there's like this group called Siren that everyone thinks is like kidnapping people, so he tries to like find them. And then he ends up like basically getting sent to the future, and then he finds the girl there, and then like it's like they're in Tokyo, but it's like all like destroyed, and then they basically. So like the atmosphere is different in the future.
Yeah.
So they like like some people will just die, but then some people that live get superpowers. So then sirens trying to like send people to the future to get superpowers to like stop the event from happening, so then they can save Tokyo.
Oh, okay.
So then like it's like this group of like it's like all these like kid like mutants basically.
Yeah.
So then like they try and like they know like the days that the threats are coming, because like there's this old lady that's psychic that's like the leader of the group basically.
Yeah, I see.
So then it's like she's trying to like train everyone up to like prepare for this big event.
Dang, that's insane. It also sounds like, yeah, it sounds a lot more like Western style than I expect most manga to be like.
Yeah.
But that's a pretty cool idea. Like the whole, like it's like this weird thing where like post-apocalyptic Tokyo, but like but then it's like also like a time travel story, because like you're trying to send people to prevent the post-apocalyptic Tokyo.
And then I really like how a lot of the characters are written. Like there's this one guy who's like I think he's like a teen idol or something, I forget.
Yeah.
But then he's like super serious and like this big badass basically.
Yeah.
And then like the person that he's like paired off with is like the biggest coward in the group. And then just like his power lets him basically like just not interact in fights, so he just like runs away from people all the time.
Dude, it sounds like I actually can think of a manga that I can recommend to you if you haven't seen already. Boku Hero Academia.
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Like, because like I think I got out of Shonen around the time, like, because like the big three were like Naruto, Bleach, and like One Piece.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really like a big fan of any of them, so I was like kind of like getting out of Shonen. Mm-hmm. But then like I actually thought that Boku no Hero Academia was really like, it was one of the basically like one of the few shows I've liked in like a long time.
Hmm.
It's like it's about this kid who who's like a really big fan of like superheroes, particularly he's like a big superhero nerd, particularly like the number one hero in the world, this guy called All Might. Okay. So, but the problem is that like he doesn't have powers himself, mm-hmm. And so even though like he has like dreams of being a superhero, it's basically like he's basically like a reject from his dreams basically. Mm-hmm. So he's like so like fast forward to present day. I mean like he's like and he's kind of like a loser, and like he's getting bullied by like this he's been bullied his whole life by this guy who ends up actually has powers.
Yeah.
So like it's just like one day I think on his way back from school he comes across like he actually ends up I think getting in contact with All Might. Mm-hmm. And like he talks about to All Might about how much he wants to be a hero, and like how much it would it would mean to him to be able to go to the Hero Academy and like become a superhero. Yeah. But then like after he tells All Might that he doesn't have any powers, and All Might's just like, bro, you have to give up. You don't have any powers. You don't know what to tell you. And it's just like he barely was clinging to hope for like the last like couple of years. But then like when you're number one your number one hero in the world just basically says you can't do it. It's just like that's about the time you just give up your dream, right? Yeah. But then on the way back from school, he runs into like a villain. He basically runs into like a villain who basically basically captures the bully that's been like tormenting him this whole time. So he's like, so he has this choice about whether he wants to like, about whether he should like, you know, just like leave it to the heroes or just like call for help or something. But it's like this. It's like, you know, this guy is like being like hurt right in front of his eyes. So like, even though everyone else is just kind of like, you know, backing the fuck off and just hoping that someone like another hero will take care of it, and they're just like sort of watching from the side. He ends up like the main character ends up like rushing over to try to help his friend, and then when All Might like basically comes in to save the day, he sees that and is just like, holy shit, this is like what being a hero is all about. It's not about having powers, it's about like, you know, being able to help being like, you know, willing to throw your life on the line for other people, right?
Yeah.
So after All Might saves like both of them, like he actually starts talking to the kid about how like he's like about how he actually like now has a lot of respect for him, and then says that he's actually gonna find a way to make him a hero.
Yes. So we're like the teachers at the school heroes and stuff?
Yeah. And then there's like a whole classroom full of like, you know, other heroes and stuff.
Yeah, like the aspiring heroes.
Yeah.
That does sound cool. It kind of, in some ways, reminds me of MX0.
Oh, MX0, I've heard of that. Yeah.
It's pretty funny. It's about like a magic school.
Yeah.
And the main character, he tries to get into the school, and then they have like an interview portion and then like an exam portion. And then the exam portion is basically like, it's like a regular test, but then on like the front page is like this thing written in like this ink that only people that can perceive magic can read.
Yeah.
And it's basically like, oh, if you can read this, you basically are in. So just like make an X in the bottom of the corner, and then like we know you can read this, and then you don't have to take the test.
Yeah.
And then but then he can't read it, so he like takes the whole test. And then the interview portion, they're like, oh, if you had like magic powers, what would you do? And then he says like, oh, I would try and like conquer the world or something like that. And then like one of the other students in the interviews just like laughs at him.
Yeah.
And then like he feels all dumb, and then he gets rejected from the school. He's like, oh, it must have been because like that like dumb answer I gave in the interview. So then he goes to like try and like ask for another interview and like correct it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he ends up like the way they like use magic in that world is they have like there's certain parts of the earth that like can like produce magic from the ground, and then they have these like cards that like let them use the magic. So he ends up taking like one of the teacher's cards.
Yeah.
And he thinks it's like, you know, like a hall pass or something.
Yeah.
And then he like destroys one of their labs with it and stuff, and then all the students see him, and they see him with like the teacher's card, and he's like, oh, he has like a badass card. This guy like knows all this advanced magic. He must be like some crazy transfer kid. And then the school faculty like wants to save face, and they don't want to be like, oh no, this was just some random kid that just stole one of the teacher's cards. So they like let him into the school, and like but they're like, okay, we can't give you magic because there's like only enough cards for the students, and we already like given everything out.
Yeah.
So they give him like a fake card that like looks really fancy, but then like it does nothing. So he has to like, there's like all these other kids at the school that use magic and then think he's like some badass kid and he's like a big target on his back. So then like he has to like think of all these ways to like, he's like, oh, I don't even need my magic to beat you today, and like stuff like that.
That's hilarious.
And it's really funny. It only does like the first year of his classes though, and then it ends.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of a letdown when you get to the end of it.
Oh, I see.
It was really well done, I felt.
Yeah. In Hero Academia, the main character actually ends up getting powers.
Oh,
But
yeah.
what ends up happening is like All Might actually apparently has a way to transfer powers. So
Okay.
he transfers like his power to the kid, but his power is like just like way too strong in the beginning. So like what happens is like so like he does a lot of like body training with the kid and like forces him to go through like a lot of physical activity to keep up with it. And even then at the end of it, it's like the main character still like can only use like basically it's like he can only like every time he uses the power he kind of injures himself.
Okay.
Like so it's like if he tried to punch something, he would basically break his arm trying to do it. So something he came up with was that he started like using it like he started just using each individual finger and would like flick, and it would basically be the same strength as like a superpower punch from All Might himself, but like it's like it breaks his finger each time, so he has like basically 5 bullets on each finger, on each hand.
Oh. That's cool.
Yeah, no. But it's like Boku Hero's got like a great like cast of characters, like the whole class, like all of the main characters' class is like full of like really interesting and unique like powers, abilities, and personalities. But and then like the actual story itself is like pretty good. There's like there's some funny jokes in there, but it's also like some like serious stuff about like growing up and like trying to like what it means to actually like be a hero and like throw yourself into danger basically for like the sake of others.
Is this like a Shonen Jump manga or?
I feel like it should be.
It sounds like it.
I'm pretty sure it is actually, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been really like following manga at all the last couple of years. When I was like really into it was when like Naruto was still going but like wrapping up. I think it was in like its last year.
Yeah.
And then I forget where One Piece was. It was definitely like after like Ace died.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny though, the main reason I stopped reading was because on my laptop I had this big like electronic post-it note,
Yeah.
and it had like every manga I was reading, and then it was all color coded, so I was like, okay, if the manga's complete, it's like this color. If
Yeah.
I'm on the newest chapter, it's this color.
Oh,
Like
shit.
it was like all done, like super well done.
Yeah.
And then that computer just stopped working.
Oh.
So then I just lost all of that,
And you're
and
just
then
like
it wasn't
fuck
backed up. And then I was like, I don't remember like what manga I was reading and like what chapters I was on for all these. So then I just like gave up.
Oh, I see.
Well, I did watch an anime at my old job that was pretty funny. It was its title was ridiculous. It was like, my mental decisions are completely ruining my high school romance comedy or something like that.
Oh wait, I know that one. It's the one where it's like the main character has to keep like has to pick all these like choices from basically like some like disembodied voice.
Yeah.
And like
Every choice
every
is
choice is
bad.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It was really like one of my coworkers was like really into anime, and we
Yeah.
would just go through Crunchyroll like trying to find like what would be like hilarious for us to watch at work. And we saw the title and we're like, we have to watch this. And it was just so ridiculous.
Yo, there's a really funny one called it's called Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun. It's basically Shoujo Monthly Nozaki-kun. So it's about It's about this. So like the main character is like this. Is like this girl who's like really into this boy. So
Okay.
she like tries to ask him out, but then like her words come out more like "I admire you" instead of like "I like you." So then he responds by like. So then like he responds by giving her an autograph, and it turns out that he's actually a manga writer for like a shoujo manga, and then like the whole show is just basically now this like this like sort of slice of life thing where she's trying to get closer to him by like she's trying to get closer by basically like helping him with his manga, but he just
Yeah.
continually thinks of her as like a fan or like an assistant.
That sounds funny.
It is, and then the actual writing in it is superb, dude.
Like, is it itself like a shoujo kind of manga, or is it just like?
I think it technically is a shoujo, but it's like the art is like I don't know. The art is a little bit different, a little bit more detailed than the normal shoujo. I feel.
For sure. The only manga I've read like that was like about like making a manga was Bakuman.
Bakuman, yeah, I used to read that too, and then I think the site that I was reading it on got like kind of like did an update for a while, so then I just stopped reading it.
For sure. The ending's like pretty satisfying. Definitely my favorite character is the guy who's like he's like a businessman, and then he just like finds like a manga like a copy of Jump like on the subway, and then he's like, oh, I could do this, and then because he doesn't want to work anymore, but then he like hates like writing manga and like the scheduling of it like more than his old job, so he keeps trying to find ways to like get out of it, but then like all the decisions he makes to like ruin the manga just like makes it more popular. And then like his editor will just like keep tricking him. Like he's like, okay, you finally have enough money that you don't have to write anymore. It's like, don't you want a nicer apartment and a nice car? He's like, well, I do want to impress this girl. So then he like starts buying all this stuff, and then he's like, oh, I don't have any money. I need to keep writing the manga. I forget the name of his manga. It's like about like a businessman otter who has like boulders for hands.
What the hell?
And then like he just like wrecks people. Like he meets people on the street, and then if they don't even like, it's like, I don't like you. He just like smashes them with his boulder fist. And it's like this weird like gag manga.
And it's just like hella popular.
Yeah, it just like shoots up the rankings like. And then like all the other manga writers like hate him because they're like, this guy's not even trying and he's more popular than us. Like he doesn't even want to be there. Like.
It's actually hilarious.
Yeah, Bakuman I read like kind of on like the tail end of when I was reading manga. Like it was the only manga I was reading at the time.
You heard a manga called Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer?
No.
It's a good one. It's like kind of like a half shoujo, half seinen.
Okay.
So it's like it's like it feels like the original plot was like taken from is like kind of shonen-esque, but the delivery is very seinen.
Okay.
So it's like about this. It's about like this. So like the main character is just this like this like this sort of like just this guy in college. It's like a glasses, really plain guy, and just like doesn't really have like a lot of direction for the future. And then he meets this. And then, like one day he's like visited in his room by a talking lizard, who says he's part of the order of animal knights who are trying to basically save the world from incoming doom, and then and that the main character like has to join the fight, but in exchange will get one wish granted. So, and the main character's first response is to just like throw the lizard out, and then. But then, like, so the main character, like, but then the lizard goes like, wait, no, I'm being completely serious. Like, you're not being like, delusional or anything. Like, I'm actually trying to save the world, and if you want proof, look outside. So he looks outside, and there's like basically this giant shadow of a hammer just sitting outside, like outside the sky. And it's basically just like floating above the earth, and like once it comes crashing down, basically like the earth is destroyed.
Yeah.
So, but then like even seeing that, the main character's like he's actually just like, no, I don't want to. Someone else will take care of it, or the world dies, but it's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
So. But what ends up happening is that like they get into a fight with like, so basically how it works is that the hammer was created by a mage who's like trying to destroy the world, and to defeat the mage you have to destroy all 12 of his golems, and then you have to defeat the mage himself in order to stop the hammer.
Okay.
But so then like they get into a fight with the first golem, and it's like literally it's just like, I think it's like a really simple looking beast. It's like I think like maybe like just like a small like blob with like arms and legs, but it's just like one punch literally like rips a hole through like just like rips a hole through concrete. So the main character is like, oh shit, and they get into like this, and it's basically he's like spends a lot of his time like just trying to run away from it.
Yeah.
But basically like he gets saved because the 12 So the 12 knights are like led by so the 12 beast knights are like led by like by basically the beast princess. So she so basically it's like this regular high school girl who just pops in to save the day, but she like literally just gives like, she basically just comes flying in and like gives like the golem like a giant flying punch, and then just the golem just gets blown to smithereens, just shattered in one hit, and like the main character's like, oh shit. So I think the main character is like really impressionable because like, man, I got saved by like this I got saved by this girl, she's so cool and all that, but and then like he's still a little bit hesitant about the idea of joining up the Beast Knights. Yeah. So then he goes like he asks like so why are you trying to, so like why do you want to like stop the biscuit, like why did you join the fight? Is it because like you wanted to save the world or whatever? And then she's like, yeah, I do, but it's honestly so that I can just destroy the world myself. And he's just like, what? And then like the Lizard Knight is completely beside himself because this whole time he's just like, yeah, no, you have to like do this, it's your noble duty, you have to save the world, you do all that. And then the princess herself, who is like the leader of the group, is just like, I'm literally doing it so that later I could punch the lights out of the world myself. And the Lizard Knight is now like, what the fuck is happening? And the main character is like, this is so fucking cool. I'm going to spend the rest of my life devoted to this girl because she's so fucking cool. So it's like kind of like this. It's basically kind of like almost like love at first sight, except even after hearing her, it's like now he's even more like really into the idea of like serving under her. And then it just escalates from there.
That sounds pretty funny. Oh my god.
It's such a. I love the author because he's like really good at dry humor, like just like making like just like the entire time just nothing but like sarcastic quips basically, or a lot of like subversion of like expectation.
Yeah.
Which is why like you have the Princess Knight going like, yeah, no, I'm gonna save the world so I can just destroy myself.
That sounds pretty awesome.
It's one of my I think it's one of my favorite all-time manga, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the writing is like just so fresh and unique, but like the action's pretty good, and I feel like the art is like not clean, but it's very like raw in terms of like emotion and stuff like that. So I just really appreciate like everything about it.
Nice. I'll definitely check that out. I would say my top 3 favorite manga are that Siren one, and then Liar Game, and Gamaran. I don't know if you know that one.
What is it?
Gamaran?
Gamaran? No, I haven't seen that one.
I don't know if it would be. It's kind of like shonen, seinen, like kind of borderline. It's like I think it's in the Edo period is when it takes place.
Yeah.
And it's about like the main character's name is Gama, and he's like I forget how old he is at the start, like 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
And his dad is like the most famous swordsman in the world. Basically, he's known as like the 1,000-man slayer. Like he killed 1,000 guys in one battle. And their school is like legendary and stuff.
Yeah.
But before the manga starts, there's like this big split in the school where the dad takes like half of the swordsmen basically and makes like their own clan, like this new clan.
Yeah.
And then it's like the kid and a couple other people are left as like the old clan. And then all these people try and come to like challenge the clan because they think the 1,000-man slayer is like still part of them.
Oh,
and
I see.
so the kid just trains by like beating all the people that come in to try and take on his dad.
Oh, okay.
And then he's like undefeated, like trying to defend him, and then this guy comes basically with like these other swordsmen, and he's trying to like see how strong that Gama's clan is because he's like the son of the current like emperor. I can't think of the right term, but like the king basically, and the king has like.
Is this modern day or?
No, it's like.
Maybe. So there's the emperor and there's the shogun.
Oh, the shogun. Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he has like all these sons, and he's trying to figure out like who should succeed him.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's gonna have like this tournament where like each of the sons get like a different school to represent them.
Yeah.
And they all like fight to the death. And then
Oh, yeah.
whichever school wins, like whoever son represented them will be like the next leader.
Okay.
So he enlists like Gama's school and the son that like Gama works for is like an orphan that like the mom was like a prostitute, so all the other sons like don't like they all like think he's like beneath them and stuff.
Yeah.
And then so like he's like an underdog, and then like they're like the underdog team because it's like this little kid and stuff is like the main guy. Like for the first couple fights, it's only him, like only Gama's there, so he's like taking on this like whole school and stuff by himself.
Yeah.
And then it's like I was reading a lot of shonen at the time, especially, so it was like I really liked how they like approached the fighting and stuff like that. Like the first round, they put them in like it's like a round robin almost basically. Like it's like these groups of 5 schools, and it's like okay, just whoever like the top 2 schools make it out or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they have it from the perspective of one of the other schools, and they're just like spying on Gama, and they're like, oh, it's just one kid. We'll just like wait for him to like be sleeping, make a mistake, and then we'll just go and kill him, kill the king's son.
Yeah.
And then they're like all prepping, and then they're like getting ready early in the morning to like go over and kill him. And then they like open the door, and he's just like waiting outside their hut, and then like just slices through like 3 of them, and then like runs away and like just like wrecks them. But then like immediately after, he like starts another fight because like another school was watching them fight. So then he's like injured like by the end of that first fight, but then he has to like fight like this guy with a bow and arrow.
Oh shit!
And then like it's pretty entertaining. And then at the end, like eventually he has to like he wants to meet up with his dad and kill him. That's like his main goal. So like he sees all the fights as just like training for when he has to fight his dad.
Interesting.
And then I really liked it. And then the one thing that like kind of detracted from it for me was I was reading like comments on like the website I was reading it on, and someone was like, yeah, whenever they have a fight, whenever they go through the perspective of the one person, they're always the loser in the fight. And then I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, that's almost always true.
Oh.
And then I was just like, this kind of ruined it a little.
No.
It wasn't like the most like well written or like exciting or anything, but like I just really liked I liked the characters in it, and like I just like.
You said it's called Gamaran?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I was like extra attached to it because when I found it, it was on like chapter like 5 or something.
Oh, so then you watched it grow basically.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this manga's my bro. I was in it from the start.
I get the feeling, dude. Yo, I used to read a manga called A Comic Got Killed. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I haven't read it, but I've heard of it.
Dude, I like literally was like, I was reading it when it wasn't even translated. Like, I was like, literally, like, I saw someone post, like, or actually, no, I read the first chapter when it came out, when, like, the first chapter was translated, and then I even, like, skipped ahead and, like, started reading, like, or started, like, looking at the pictures for, like, the Japanese, because I didn't know if it would be fully translated.
Yeah.
But then it just kept getting translated, so then I just ended up, like, reading through the whole series. And to be fair, it wasn't actually that good, to be honest.
Yeah.
But it was still like, when I saw the end of it, I was just like, holy shit. I like literally was there for the start of it. But I was reading this thing when it came out.
Yeah,
and now
awesome.
it's over. Holy shit. It's actually kind of also what happened with Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Where I read the first translated chapter when it came out, and then it was just like, since then, it was just all the way to the finish, just keeping up with it.
The one thing I liked the most about Gamaran probably is that it like didn't drag on at all. Like it ended like faster than I thought it would, and it didn't seem like a rushed ending though. It was like it seemed like it did everything it wanted to do.
Yeah.
But then like a lot of manga like when they see like a little bit of popularity, they just keep stretching it.
Yeah, I definitely know that feel.
So I felt like this one like ended like just right, and I was like, wow. Same thing with Siren too. I thought it. Sorry.
Oh, no problem.
Okay. I should probably head out in like 10 minutes.
Aww.
Genji, come here. Come here. Okay.
He wants to
You're
chill.
weird. Like Siren 2, especially because like with Gamaran, I don't even think it was like a Shonen Jump manga.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, this probably wasn't that popular. I just really liked it. And then with Siren, I was like, this seems like a kind of shonen that would just like go on forever. But then it actually like ended, and I'm like, wow, I want more. I like don't usually get that with the shonens I would read. Like usually, like by the end of it, I'm like, okay, this is the end, good.
Yeah. Yeah, same. Dude, yeah, no, I like that about, so I think A Comic Got Killed definitely had a little bit of the, Actually, no, Kakarot Kill wasn't a bad length, but it's still, I don't know. I definitely think more of like Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer in terms of like really good length. Because not only was it like a nice, fun, well-designed shonen story, it ended at I think at a really good time, and it had like a really good resolution, and like events leading up to the final battle.
Yeah.
So I really like the pacing of that one. I've read like I think 3 works from the same author.
Yeah.
All 3 of them, all 3 of the ones I've read have just all been really good. So. I think so the 3 ones I read from him were there's one called Sengoku Yoko, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer, and then Spirit Circle.
Okay.
My favorite is Spirit Circle. It's about it's basically about like this main character and like the main character is like this middle school or high school kid who's like they have like a female transfer student, but then like within like the first chapter she's like trying to kill him, and it's found out because like they were enemies in like their past lives. So but because he doesn't remember his past life very well, like, you know, she feels kind of bad just trying to outright kill him. So she said instead like sort of like tries to get him to set on a journey to like figure out his past selves. So he goes through like this so he has this thing called like a spirit circle where it's just like this ring that like lights up, that like basically like has like a bunch of flames surrounding it. Like each flame lights up when he basically has lived through a past life, and there are like 7 in total. So it's like so then like the rest of the manga becomes like it becomes a look into his past lives. So there's like basically like 7 different stories associated with each past life, and they're all like really good. All like yeah.
Do they like jump around between each life, or is it mostly like they show one and then like go to the next one?
There's a little bit in between each life, but it's sort of like it feels like it starts off with like you take a look at the past life, and that's gonna be like the main, you know, chapter.
Yeah.
And then after there's gonna be like kind of like almost like an epilogue of what sort of like the main character is like learned in his experience with the past life, and also how it's kind of like changed him as a person in the real life. And there's also like hints of like there's always hints of something like of like sort of like the original reason why the main girl wants to kill the main character. So it's like there's like this personality inside him like called a Laplace, I believe. And it's basically the personality that is like the main reason why the main girl wants to kill the main character. Okay. And he makes like a sort of like an ominous appearance every now and then, but you still don't really know why exactly he's like so hated. So the story is kind of like also shows like bits and pieces of like hinting at why it ended up that way.
Nice. That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
How long is it?
It's only like 40 chapters.
Okay.
40, 50. So yeah, honestly, like it doesn't drag at all. I think Sengoku Yoko. And Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer is like I think 70-ish, and I think Sengoku Yoko is the longest. But I think it's like it might be a little bit over 100. I think.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting in Sengoku Yoko too, because what ends up happening is like they actually switch main characters, like halfway, like basically halfway through the manga.
Oh. That was my biggest problem I felt with Naruto, is that I felt like it was just all about Sasuke. And I was just like, this is Shouldn't this be about Naruto? Like, I could see though if you like do it better, that's actually like an interesting thing to do.
Yeah.
To change the character.
It was like so basically I think what happened was that so what happens is that like so what happened is like one of the main characters in the first arc is like kind of like a like young manish in his like 20s or so, and like one of the villains from the same arc is like this little kid who can control like 1,000 demons. So what happens by the second season is that like the kid grows up and like he gets taken in by the main character of the previous season, but there's like a time skip. So now the little kid is like teenage years, like growing up, and like the main character himself is now getting on to be like an older man. So it's like that sort of transition. Instead of just like having like sort of two main characters, like there's Naruto, who's like who's supposed to be the main focus of the story, but then it jumps to like his rival Sasuke.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah. Also, another one you might like is Hulk.
What is it?
It's a manga called Hulk. It's about
like H-E-L-K?
H-E-L-C-K.
Okay.
It's real. It's both real funny and real good. So the initial premise is that you have this is that like in the demon world, it's like they recently lost I think like a demon lord, like sort of like similar to similar setup to what you expect from like Devil's a Part-Timer, where like you have the hero and the demon lord.
Yeah.
But of course it's like an actual fantasy world, and it's like the so it follows like the story of, like one of the demon generals who's like they're trying to find a replacement for the new for like a new demon lord because the previous one died against like the human hero. So they have like this. So then they have this like decide to have this competition to like see who the next demon lord will be.
Yeah.
But in the competition is a guy who is clearly a human hero. And he's like just this big, muscular, like handsome human guy, like really exaggerated muscles and everything, and then she's just like, well, there's no way we can let this guy win. But then everyone else is like, but like he entered, fair and square, and it's like, and he's like a really popular candidate to be the next demon lord. And they're just like, what the fuck? Does no one see that he's a human hero? So then she starts coming up with all these like ridiculous like tasks for him to finish, like just things that she doesn't think that he would possibly be able to do.
Yeah.
It was like one of them was a race where she tried to rig like. So first it starts off as like, okay, let's throw like absurdly strong enemies at him, and like there's no way like to be able to beat them, and he just literally demolishes them like super trivially. And then it's just like, okay, let's throw like now very challenging them, like stuff that like he needs like a lot of dexterity, a lot of like other skills. Like there's no way that a musclehead like him will be able to do this. One of them is like I don't know, a race where she rigs it so like the racetrack is destroyed, or like he doesn't have a sacred animal to run across and do the race. She gives him like the weakest animal possible, but then the hero is like the little animal is like super like down and like lacks confidence, and the main character literally just starts talking to it really gently and like telling about how you can do it, yeah, you go, and then like the little guy gets so motivated it actually becomes a sacred animal and just literally wins him the race. And another one's like, okay, well maybe he can't cook. So they have a cooking contest, and he just wipes the floor with everyone. Just completely destroys everyone. It's just like, is there nothing this guy isn't good at?
That sounds great.
it's amazingly funny first like 5 or 10 chapters, and then at some point it gets into like the serious part of the plot. And no spoilers, but I was literally like, dude, when did this get so serious? Holy shit! It was like suddenly like a really exciting and thrilling story. I'm like, wait, what happened to the super fucking funny first 10 chapters? Like, this is so good, but it was a completely different manga all of a sudden. I think it's like one of the craziest, like most undiscovered gems I'd ever encountered, dude.
It sounds really good.
Yeah.
The only ones I read in the like last couple of years that I really liked were One Punch Man and Seven Deadly Sins.
Oh yeah, I like both of them. Did you read the original One Punch Man or the one by Murata? Who's like it's like this guy who redrew One Punch Man so it have good art.
Probably the second one then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really like the redrawn one too. But I also like the original because, like, you know, original story and all that. It's pretty good. I also like the Seven Deadly Sins. Although I got kind of although I stopped after like I think one of the most recent arcs.
Yeah, I stopped. I guess it's like be like the second like really big arc.
Yeah, same. Like the first big arc, you know, I was definitely following, and then after that, just kind of interest wilted.
Yeah.
Definitely became one of those manga where it's just like kind of gone on a bit too long.
Yeah, definitely. What do you think of Fairy Tail?
Kind of the same issue I had with One Piece, where it was like where it was just too long.
For sure. I remember I read the first chapter of Fairy Tail, like the pilot kind of thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is amazing. This is like a really cool idea. And then I felt like no chapter after that like lived up to it. And then like I read like 100 or so chapters, but I was just always just like, yeah, I don't really like this that much.
Yeah, that's kind of what I felt too, actually. Yeah, because like when I first read it, I was just like, oh my gosh, this gonna be like so cool, like crazy, like adventure fantasy type manga. And for some reason, it just never interested me as much anymore.
And then I felt the like main interesting story was like the stuff with like, oh, what happened to all the dragons like all this time ago, and then they would never tease at it and then just never address it.
Yeah. Because there's like a lot of other like stories that started popping up, and you're just like, you know, I wasn't really interested in any of this, and it's okay, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, do you want to play one more?
I'm down.
Okay. Yeah, Nico gets at 10. So I should probably head back in a bit.
Alright.
This is fun though. I should try and come by more often.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to have you, dude. Do you want to do like a quick best 3 maybe?
I
don't know how much time you got, but
it's 9:44 right now. So I should probably just do one.
Alright, let's do one then. Should we pick a stage or just go random?
I'm fine with random in this matchup.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whoa. Oh my god.
That was
like never seen that.
The slip off Nair, holy moly.
I was like, oh, I guess I should just get up attack. And it killed me.
Definitely have never seen with Fox. I've seen with some other characters before, but...
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, you get the last one.
I want to play more, but
Yeah, no, that's true. What a way to go! No.